been a minute. It's been a very long, cold winter. It's been raining, snowing. The weather's been kind of bipolar because you have 60-degree days and you have 30-degree days, and yeah, I'm pretty fucking over it. So we decided not to work on the car at all throughout the winter. I just wanted to drive it, relax, work on a couple of different things. I'm a photographer and videographer. I freelance, so I kind of manage my own business. And then I trade the stock market. I trade stock options, and I'm working on my well, I'm going to be working on my car now that it's nice, so I'm going to be documenting everything. And yeah, so you'll this channel is pretty much just going to be automotive stuff, photography stuff, videography stuff, behind the scenes, and eventually maybe even, I don't know, stock market stuff. I just want to make it a channel of, I just want it to be composed of all the things I'm kind of passionate about. Just makes it easier to make content because I feel like doing this. But this is probably like one of my most requested videos though. Probably because it's a supercharged Honda Fit, and it's not a very common car. So I think I get a text message probably every week from a friend, because somebody wants to hear it or see it, and I don't really have too many clips, so I'm just gonna make like a full walkthrough video and kind of just show you around the car and what I've done to it so far and where we're gonna go with it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. All right, well, here she is. So this is a 2008 Honda Fit Sport. The Sport Edition, all it brings is you get you get fog lights in the front, and you also get kind of like a trim. So you'll see you get like a side skirt and kind of like a rear lip and a front lip, which is kind of obnoxious because the car's already really fucking low to the ground from factory. So everything just kind of scrapes. It's not lowered or anything. It's completely stock on the outside. It's boring on the outside, sorry. Let's look at the inside. Inside honestly isn't too exciting either. It's actually a complete mess. So I stripped the back seats because I wanted that weight reduction because it's such a light car, and I think, you know, removing weight makes such a big difference on things like this. So pulled the spare tire. I have a water leak coming from the spoiler like I mentioned above, so I pulled the carpet. I was going to keep the carpet, but it's gross now, so I threw it away. I'm just going to keep the car stripped. I got to fix the leak, and back seats are going to stay out. I really enjoy having the car feeling, I really enjoy a lighter car, so I'm going to keep the back seats out for now. It's my daily driver, but honestly I don't really drive people around. Of course it's a manual 5-speed transmission. You won't catch me in anything less. I'm not going to buy an automatic. No. I'm just kidding, there's nothing wrong with automatic. I'm not a die-hard manual annoying person. What else we got going on here? And if you sit in the driver's seat, you got you have a Bentley logo, leather interior obviously. You got the GPS navy, and you got I don't know. I think the inside's like, the inside is pretty boring. I think honestly the only upgrades I'm gonna do in here probably like a nicer head unit, maybe some speakers. I might do like an aftermarket wheel, and I'll probably eventually maybe swap the seats out. But yeah, not much going on the inside. But check out my air freshener thing. I love this. If you guys could see that, there it is. Says everything's fucked. Let's worry about today, tomorrow. So that's my new mantra. Alright, so the 2008 Honda Fit came with I think it's a 1.5 liter. This is a TL blow-off valve, but it's a Road Truck C1560 from a Kraftwerk supercharger kit. And the Road Truck C1560 is mounted, let me see if I can move this back over that way. You can see the brace from one of the hoses clamping onto it, but a little difficult to see it, but it's right down over there. I mean, that was kind of a bitch to mount. You know, everything is supposed to fit pretty OEM. It's technically a bolt-on kit, but because I bought it pre-owned with like 10,000 miles on it, it was missing a bunch of hardware, so it kind of took me a couple weeks to piece everything together. That's okay. There wasn't like a ton of modifications you really have to make to the thing. Everything kind of bolts on. It's just obnoxious finding everything. Oil reservoir for the supercharger. Yeah, this teal blow-off valve is extremely loud. I've thought about changing it multiple times, but I don't know. I haven't really been able to find another blow-off valve for supercharger applications with like a negative PSI spring in it. I mean, it sounds great. It's just so loud. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty basic. There's not a lot going on here. I mean, we're gonna throw some more bolt-on parts because there's so many restrictive bottleneck pieces in this. So we're gonna be changing the header out. We're definitely gonna be adding bigger fuel injectors. We're gonna be adding colder spark plugs. We're gonna be getting a full tune. So it's gonna get the works. But let's also talk about suspension. So right now, we're rocking stock suspension. Car's probably got like 150,000 miles on it. Went more than that, like 154. And I think the original suspension is still on it. It's pretty shit. So I think we're just gonna pick up some coilovers. When I say we, I say me. I don't know why I say we. But I mean, they make a few. BC makes some. Megan Racing makes some. Probably pick up the Megans because they're like $700. They're pretty affordable and look pretty decent. Super annoyed that the backs are not disc, they're drums, but they do fine. But we're gonna upgrade all of the brake, the whole brake system. We're just gonna go with some sort of, we're either gonna go with larger discs up front, larger calipers. I don't know if it's gonna be custom or if we're just gonna go with like a direct bolt-on kit. I might keep the drums in the rear, not entirely sure yet. But even after I lower the car, it's gonna look pretty silly because you're gonna have I mean, this is a 14-inch wheel, and it's on winter tires. I drove this thing on winter tires all summer long. Yeah, this thing is gonna look like a hovercraft. So we're gonna go super aggressive on the wheel fitment, and we're probably gonna find a body shop. I really want to get the fenders cut, and I want to get fender flares put on so I could run a really wide wheel setup. Really aggressive, and I think it'll just complete the look altogether. So hopefully, yeah, end of the day, after bolt-ons tune, it definitely needs a little more work. It's only running 5 PSI right now. Probably makes like 130 horsepower on paper. But for a car that weighs less than 1,500 pounds, it's pretty good. But it's quick, it's not fast, it's a lot of fun to drive. I think that once we got all the bolt-ons done, and once we get the tune done, probably hit 200 horsepower reliably from all the information I pulled from forums and talking to other fit tuners. So it should be good. And then let me just get the startup sound. It's actually honestly one of the most satisfying things ever, is just hearing the blow-off valve whistle when the car turns on. I'm so clumsy, I keep dropping everything. Yeah, I gotta get a cold start for you guys. That wasn't that satisfying. But if I give it a rev, my neighbors are gonna fucking hate me. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering why supercharge this little commuter vehicle. Nothing special about it. It's a tiny motor. It's kind of ugly, but in like a pug way where it's so ugly it's cute. It's really slow, and a lot of people would argue it's kind of just a really boring car, but that's not what I see. So I was kind of looking for something reliable, something cheap, something easy to maintain, something I kind of didn't really care about too much if it got like beat up or banged up. Sorry, I probably look really sweaty right now. It's like 75 degrees, but I can't keep the windows down because the car is so loud that you won't hear me over the exhaust. So anyway, I just wanted something reliable, affordable, cheap. And then, so my brother pointed out that the Honda Fit, they made a supercharger kit for it, and I don't know, we're both into modding weird things, so I did a little more research on it, and yeah, so here we are. I ended up buying a 2008 Honda Fit. It's a GD3. It's a sport edition. The sport trim literally just gets you aux, it gets you a lip kit and fog lights. Doesn't come with anything else. So I wanted something that not only I could daily drive, but I wanted something that I could really enjoy in the weekends. And that led me to this thing. So stock, this car probably makes 90 horsepower. It's running on 5 PSI on a Roadtrek C1560 from a Kraftwerk supercharger kit. They don't make the kit anymore. I bought it used with 10,000 miles on it. I got to test drive it on a car before I bought it. As soon as I drove it, I fell in love, so I bought it right away. Yeah, I bought the car, I installed the supercharger about a week later. And it's kind of just been a dream since then, honestly. It wasn't too difficult. The hardest part was probably putting together the pieces because it was a used kit. So I had to go to hardware stores, find bearings and a couple of other things, but it was worth it, honestly, in the end. So the goal is 200 horsepower, and we're pretty much going to achieve that by adding some more bolt-ons and then getting a proper engine management system because it's running off piggyback right now, and a proper tune. So according to all the information I've gotten on the forums, all the tuner guys, Honda Fit guys, this car should be able to handle 200 horsepower and should be able to push 15 PSI safely. Though someone did try boosting up to 25 PSI. They blew their motor to chunks all over the road. So let's not do that. Yeah, every time I take a turn, you can definitely feel how old the suspension is. It's stock suspension. Car has 154,230 miles on it at the time of this video. So that definitely needs replacement soon. They have a few options. BC makes a pair, Megan Racing makes a pair, although Megan Racing is the more affordable option, and they're pretty decent quality for what it is, so I'll probably toss those on. And then I'm refreshing the whole suspension anyway, so that includes bushings and head links, sway bars, stuff like that. Maybe adding some additional bracing. The car's been good for a year now. It's honestly the most reliable car I've ever had. It's so much fun. This thing feels like a little bullet. And most people kind of turn around, they break their neck, and they usually don't know what's wrong with my car. They think it's broken, unless you're a car guy and you know what it is. And most people think I'm turbo because it's a centrifugal supercharger. So they tend to sound like and work more like turbos than they do traditional blowers, where they whine at lower RPMs. Hopefully, I want to have it done by like the end of spring, early summer. Take it to some car events, drive it around, take it to the track. Super performance-based build. I don't really care about making it look super pretty, or it's not a show car. It's going to be a performance car. It's going to look nice. I think it'll look interesting because it's a Honda Fit, and well, there's really no other boosted Honda Fits in town, in the county, in the state of New Jersey, maybe. I don't know. If you have a boosted Honda Fit, drop it in the comments. It just feels really, really good. The throttle response is like immediate. It's so snappy. It's really linear. It's not like throwback, early 2000s VTEC where it just kind of pulls you. It's more E30-ish. Yeah, the power is way more linear, way more E30-ish. It's newer VTEC, so it's more electric than it is physical. Satisfying. I don't care. It's going to be louder when the boost goes up. That's going to sound better though, because I have an Apexi muffler I want to toss in the back. I'm sorry, not an Apexi muffler. I have a I forgot what the fuck it is actually. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Suspension is definitely next up on the build, because once I get over 80 on the highway, it kind of starts to shake a little bit. That's that original suspension, baby. I gotta change that shit. Why am I still... Oh yeah, because it was winter and it was cold and I'm not beat to do that anymore. So, yeah, we've been rocking the stock suspension, but those Megans are going to be ordered soon. So we've been doing that and refreshing the rest of the suspension. So if you guys want to keep up with that, you want to see the engine build, you want to see me driving this thing around, taking it to shows, yeah, there's a lot going to be happening on this channel. So tune in. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, hit the dislike button. Leave a comment why you didn't like it, why you did like it. Bump my video up to the top of that YouTube algorithm, man. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.
In 2 miles, take exit 47A on the left onto I-280 east toward the Oranges.